It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A woman has been bashed, choked and held against her will during a frightening domestic violence incident in Newcastle. Police say the incident occurred last Friday at a home in Hamilton East, with a 42-year-old man grabbing the woman around the throat, standing on her chest and neck before punching her in the face. It's alleged he forced her to travel with him to his house at Bolton Point while he was armed with a hammer. The woman was freed several hours later. Police arrested the man at Brunkerville yesterday. He's due to face court today. The chairman of Delta Energy says an upgrade of the Vales Point power station at Lake Macquarie will not only increase capacity but will result in a significant cut to greenhouse gas emissions. Prime Minister Scott Morrison has announced Vales Point is one of 12 projects being put forward to ensure reliable and affordable electricity for years to come. Delta Energy's Treverson Baker has told Macquarie Radio the 40 megawatt upgrade will improve capacity and efficiency.
To make the baseload generation more efficient, that's what this will do. It'll save 100,000 tonnes of CO2 emissions per annum, and it's an investment that we need to be backed by good public policy and energy policy.
Newcastle Council CEO Jeremy Barth says a new funding agreement won't be offered to Newcastle now unless it can explain a major financial discrepancy. The annual reports of the Business Improvement Association shows it's paid $1.4 million in employee expenses over the past 3 years. However, a breakdown of figures provided to Council 2 weeks ago shows only $245,000 has actually been paid. Jeremy Barth wants to know where the missing $1.1 million went. Council last year withdrew funding from Newcastle now because it hadn't submitted a business plan. New automatic CPR devices could be rolled out across the state after a Sydney trial, but one Hunter MP fears her local area lacks the resources to ensure the equipment reaches those in need. Maitland MP Jenny Aitchison is calling on the Health Minister to provide additional ambulances and paramedics for Maitland after receiving frequent complaints from residents left to wait for the city's single road ambulance. She says the city's existing services are insufficient for the community size.
When you compare it to other areas, even just across the Hunter, Raymond Terrace has got a number of ambulances for a population that's much smaller than Maitland, so is Cessnock. For us to really have one crewed vehicle and a truck that can't take any patients, it's just not enough for a population of 81,000 people.
Headspace Newcastle will receive $1.7 million in funding over the next 3 years to increase services and expand its premises. The funding is provided through the Hunter, New England and Central Coast Primary Health Network and will go towards a new program to be run by Hunter Primary Care. Local Health Network CEO Richard Nankervis says it will provide a new specialised youth suicide and self-harm program.
We see that as really important. It's a growing issue. We're seeing more of it, which is highly unfortunate, but it's a great opportunity for us to respond effectively.
2NURFM Sport.
The boss of Cricket New South Wales says he wants to see top-class cricket return to Newcastle's #1 sports ground. However, up to $7 million needs to be spent to bring facilities up to scratch, and it's hoped federal funding will be promised during the upcoming election campaign. Newcastle last hosted a Sheffield Shield match in 2015, and Lee Gurmond says there's no reason why Newcastle shouldn't be included on the list of venues for elite-level games.
Newcastle being the 7th biggest city in the country, Big Bash cricket should be coming here.
Although he was smiling through the pain at training yesterday, Knights fullback Connor Watson is likely to miss Friday's clash with the Raiders. He's wearing a knee brace after picking up an injury during Saturday's loss to Penrith. Although he's been named to play and has until tomorrow to prove his fitness, reports today suggest he's no chance of lining up for the game. And opposition first-grade captains have backed Hamilton Wickham to make it a premiership double when they take on Toronto in this weekend's final of the Newcastle District Cricket Competition. And the winning numbers in Oz Lotto are 12, 28, 24, 29, 9, 18 and 25, and the supplementaries are 13 and 31. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.